Hey, Lee Wolf here. We are live on Game Face Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in and listening and watching, hopefully. As always, Mr. Richie Bello is sitting by my side, and today we have a special guest, Roger McCombs, who's the CEO of RMG Global. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good. How
Doing
are you,
great.
Lee?
How about yourself?
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. As always, before we get rolling on the show, just going to play a quick video from our sponsor, Shop Smart Autos, on our VIN retention report. Getting new customers is exciting and necessary, but while attracting new customers is important, retaining your customers creates an unending stream of revenue that keeps your dealership moving forward. Whether you're a marketing team for car dealerships or a dealership yourself, Shop Smart Autos has your retention tool, the VIN Retention Report. Anyone can find out how many cars they sold in a given period of time, but your VIN retention report will show by VIN the vehicles or customers you retained and the ones you lost. But that's not all. ShopSmart's technology can show you where your VINs ended up. Did they trade them in at another dealership? Did they switch models? Did they sell their vehicle privately or go to auction? You're constantly spending marketing dollars and time trying to target your current customers, but you could be marketing to customers that have moved on. And now you'll have the power to see where they went and change your strategy to target them in ways that brings them back. Not to mention, you can identify your strengths and weaknesses within the dealership to help lift up your staff and give them the confidence and drive they need to retain and gain your customers. The VIN Retention Report is yours at ShopSmartAutos, 4 dealers.com. It's the most powerful retention tool out there. All right, so that's our VIN Retention Report from ShopSmartAutos, 4 dealers.com. So that's something that we can offer to the dealer space to let them see not only, how many cars did you sell, but what cars, what VINs are you holding on to? What VINs are you losing? And where did those VINs go? And then you can target those customers to effectively to bring them back in and clean up your DMS, all kinds of, it's an unbelievable tool for dealers. But now the question is, retention isn't only about the data and finding out, where they went and how we get them back. And that's a powerful tool for the dealership. But now what about what we offer the customer? And today we have Roger in the house to talk to us more about something pretty effective, a warranty program.
Right.
And but first, Roger, we just wanted to get a quick background. Where you coming from? How'd you get to where you are today?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate you guys having me today. Born and raised in Pensacola, Florida. Went to Catholic High School, 1986. Moved on to Florida State University. After that, I had went back into the automotive space. Just love it. I love dealing with the public and building things, quite frankly. So started at the bottom, worked my way up. Started as a service consultant. By the age of 25 years old, I was a fixed operations director over 7 dealerships.
Wow.
Really, I'm very passionate about what I do. And then in 2004, crazy enough, I actually got out of the automotive space, bought a truck stop, and then opened up 3 RV dealerships. So again,
Wow.
Something in the public, did very well till the global financial crisis hit us in 2008. Had to close everything down. Took a little bit of a exile from business, took a year break. And then I got back into the automotive space to help a gentleman out of Daphne, Alabama. Same Auto Group came in. He had 2 dealerships, a Toyota store, Hyundai store. A little bit of trouble, but we came in, we got it fixed up. When I left in 2013, he had 8 dealerships. So put a lot of great process procedures in place. Once I left there, I came to Miami. I did a consulting job for Mario Magado Auto Group. Great guy, probably one of the best dealer groups I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Mario's a great operator. And of course, he's grown significantly since I was with him. Did a little bit of a transition into Miami Lakes, did a year contract with them. Did some consulting at Collection, which is the largest exotic car dealership in the country. I think it's in the world. And then this past year, I worked with J.C. Carrera and his family. They have 25 dealerships based out of the Panhandle of Florida. Great family, great operator. And have since then kind of designed my own phone app to go in with what we're going to talk about today as far as the extended warranty. So
Yeah, yeah.
Really excited about the extended warranty opportunity.
Yeah, it's interesting because you don't, like an example of a doctor, you don't usually hear about, a doctor that becomes a pediatrician, that becomes a surgeon, and then all of a sudden gets into healthcare.
Right,
But
right.
you're a guy that's taken in all of the, experience of the
That's
automotive realm,
that's right.
and now here you are helping people cover their vehicles.
That's correct.
Yeah, very interesting. So, what is it? Is it Ease Care or Easy Care?
It's easy drive. That's the
Easy.
name.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
Easy
okay.
Drive. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Easy Drive. So, what sets in your mind, or set us up here? Tell us a little bit about the product.
Yeah, in the industry, I've never seen a program, and to kind of tell you how all this got started, I think that's probably to give you a little bit of history. So I was contacted by Jim that owns Recall Masters, Mr. Scott Allen, a good friend of mine. All the groups I went in and consulted for, set up, and structured, we brought him in. So one of the most important things I've always done is stabilize the financial piece of it by using the recalls. And Scott not only can tell you, the first generation owner, like the manufacturers, he has the data sources. And I know me and Richie talked about this the other day when we met. Go back second, third, fourth, and fifth generation. So he can tell you exactly what's you're surrounding your dealerships, what's very successful part of my program, to be quite frank with you. So in driving the recalls in is really, really important to me. And then we obviously build around that with all the people, the processes, and the culture. Most of the groups I go into, unfortunately, have really bad culture. They haven't really been led, guided, directed, and put into a very successful process. And that's what I take tremendous pride in is building a great process, business plan for the dealers, especially on the back end, but I tie it into the front end as well. So the thing that sets Easy Drive apart in using the recall mechanism, there is no extended warranty company that 100% finances every customer that qualifies for extended warranty. Okay.
Right.
Outside of Florida, this warranty is unlimited mileage. Florida has some restrictions that just got laid on us. So we're modifying our deal there, but we'll have it all worked out in the next week or two. We have a couple of dealerships here in Miami that we're going to install first week of January. But outside of Florida, again, unlimited mileage, 100% financing, doesn't matter what your credit score is. Now, the interest rates will vary, of course, depending on your credit score. The lowest interest rate we have is 8.99, but we don't exceed 19.9%. So really offering a lot of credit cards, still much higher than that.
Yeah.
You offer 36 months, 0% financing. Now, we do go up to 84 months on the regular financing, okay? No down payments. Again, you don't see that in the industry. Right. On the 0%, it may require a small down payment, depending on the credit score. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the thing that's really, really exciting, especially for myself and all the dealers, one of the greatest opportunities in the dealerships, quite honestly, especially when you get domestic brands, is commercial and fleet vehicles. They cover commercial fleet up to 6,500 series trucks. And also we cover Uber and Lyft. So all your municipalities, they're covered. Again, ride shares, this is the only policy that I've seen personally in all my years of experience that will cover that. So it's very exciting.
I was a salesman myself, and I always ran into an issue with commercial Uber, people drive. Right. Yeah, I would always have to say sorry,
Yeah, exactly. And that's a huge part of the business model, quite frankly, just like recalls to drive them in. The other some of the great things that goes with it, we pay full door rate. As long as you're within a competitive market, for example, you can't have a door rate of $189 and the rest of your competitors in your surrounding area are $150, $160. That just doesn't work. As long as you're within, no problem at all. We pay your door rate. For MSRP on parts, we only pay for OEM parts. No aftermarkets, no used. We don't operate in that realm. It's all legitimate. We're driving all the customers back to the dealerships for the retention program. This is only offered to franchise dealerships. No independents, no NAPA car centers, for example, which we can talk a little bit about that in just a moment. Yeah. But this Easy Drive is specifically to help our dealer partners, retain your customers, drive them back so we don't lose them to the independents. And again, the Car Shields of the world, we're gonna correct that. We're gonna drive them back to dealerships where they rightfully belong.
Wow. So, yeah, Richie. I mean, unbelievable, right? I mean, you got financing. It doesn't matter your credit score. You got unlimited mileage outside of Florida. I'm sure Florida's going to get on board soon. Only dealing with the OEMs for parts.
Well, let me introduce Roger. Roger is a transportation professional. The reason I call him a transportation professional is he's on the RV side, RVDA, right? In the association there. I've already done some legwork and all that. So I've been working with him back and forth, showed him the VIN retention. So he is in the right mode, not just automotive, because as everybody knows, the motorsports, the RV, all that's blowing up probably more than cars and trucks. The RV is like, if you look at the percentages, it's crazy. So there's nobody else that's doing what he's doing on the warranty sector that has, maybe they are, but doesn't have the knowledge and the experience in RVs. And the RV community is just waiting for a guy like Roger and a company like Rogers to come in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Based on the association that I got all the information from as of Friday. So that's the first thing. The other thing, his product line is financing. After the customer says no to the finance department, that they hit them with $2,500 or $3,000, and they have a problem in service, he is the solution.
That's right.
Right.
Now, what it is he's become a solutionary, right? What I call a solutionary. That comes from my guys, Lou Ramirez and Fred, right? So why is he a solutionary? Because that customer keeps coming to the shop. They're going to get it. When you tell somebody 3 times something, that you're going to convert a sale. So as long as the service guys understand that, they get it. I had an opportunity, Andrew, the guy from MASI, Lee, that I texted. He's going on my podcast. I had a conversation with him over the weekend. I met him at a cigar place, and I told him, "Hey, let me share something." He's a service manager. Let me share something with you, Andrew. What do you think about this? Wow, that'd be great. Right? So they're a big group, and they're a very strict group. You can't even go in there. They're like worse than AutoNation. They're strict, and they get the vendors, and they're very strict. So I had a big conversation with him, and we met in Boca Raton in a cigar place, and we're smoking cigars over the weekend. He was talking to me, and I was talking to him, and we had a lot of fun. But anyway, the real point of that is that he couldn't believe that there's actually a solution out there that after they pass finance, they can actually get it financed.
Right.
They sell warranties all the time there. You need a credit card. All the time.
Yeah.
Now with this solution is great. So kudos to Roger coming up with such a great product. And me and Roger have been talking back and forth about the VIN retention problem. And we both understand that dealers are not retaining. Like, here's the thing. So let's talk about Ford a minute. How could it be that Ford's brand, Ford itself, has a high vehicles in operation? And now let's talk about something. How could it be that per dealership, they don't have the same vehicles in operations? They're all scattered all over the place. Why is that? Why is that? Well, it's real simple. Okay, they got a certified program that's very strong. People don't get a warranty. People walk out, they don't get the warranty. They pass, the payments too much. Now they come in service with Roger. We're looking to bring that in to help retain more customers, because let's face it, when you have an extended warranty, the one thing you are going to do is retain your customers more, because they're going to come to you with that piece of paper. I hear a noise. Oh, okay, let me check it out. Boom. If it's covered under the warranty, great. If it's not, okay. With Helms Technology, which is our partner, right? I've already been talking back and forth about Rogers' company to do DMS marketing to get recalls. Okay, because we have all the recalls, and we're marketers, right? With Helms Technology, they are the marketers. So what they do is DMS with service. Right. So now with Rogers' warranty thing, now we're going to reach out to these customers with the recall, and we're putting a deal together as we speak with Helms Technology and using Rogers' company. So why? Because that customer is going to come in, and we're going to be able to get them a warranty finance. That's going to help your CSI. That's going to help you retain your customers. That's going to help your loyalty programs. That's going to help you overall. Tremendous.
Yeah, that's huge.
So that's what the product line is really good at, that we can market to bring these customers in service. And the ones that don't have a warranty, there's Roger getting a warranty for them.
Yeah. And
wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. Based on what we got and based on what Roger has together, united, is where we're going to really take this to the next level.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you have people holding on to their cars for 12 and a half years.
Right.
So what an impressive tool this would be for them. And did you mention an app earlier?
Yes. Yeah, partner and I, we had created a phone app called Drive One, and we're actually going to integrate it into this program as we're installing the dealers. Another great thing that my partners in Easy Drive developed, they actually developed an avatar, which is amazing. Because the biggest challenges that we have in the industry is obviously the dealer principal staying connected with their clients, right? And they spend a lot of money in advertising, driving into the dealerships. And it's their responsibility between them and the manufacturer's agreement. So with this avatar, I'll just use Mario for example. If Mario wanted to stay in touch with all of his clients, right now they're not doing anything to send an email thanking you. No, you need to personalize it. I know I personalize everything. I want everybody to know who they're dealing with, right? Well, with this avatar, for example, in the process to solicit for the warranty, let's just say that I was a service advisor at a dealership and I had 20 service appointments coming in tomorrow. 24 hours in advance, when we set the dealerships up, let me take a step back, I apologize, Lee. When we set the dealerships up, do the install, we do an avatar recording with all of the service advisors. We do one with the service directors. We do one with the general manager and do one with the actual dealer principal. So therefore, the AI technology takes over. When we just do that one scripted thing, just introduce himself and, hey, Mr. McCombs, your car it qualifies for warranty. Tomorrow, review the actual coverages and the monthly payments. We 100% finance. It's a real nice scripted deal that we introduce it softly to the customers before they come in. So when the customer comes in the next day, it's so simple for the advisor. We've already brought him in. We're aware of it. The advisor really didn't have to. It's a soft sell essentially. So the advisor, all he's got to do is go into his portal. If he's got 20 customers that qualify, you can just print out all 20 estimates and have them prepared and ready to show it to the customers the next day. And the beautiful part about our finance, and I'll go back into the process, just to kind of give you an idea, if a customer spent $3,500 on a warranty, here's the beautiful thing about the dealerships in comparison to the Car Shields of the world. Well, Car Shields keeping 100% of the profit, then they don't want to pay you. Okay, that's it. You just do your homework on them. Well, 100% of the profit that the dealer establishes up and above the cost, they keep profits in the service department. Okay, so that's and they get paid within 24 to 48 hours once the customer contracts. So I want to make sure I bring that up. So not only do we have a tool to bring them back to the dealerships are also profiting from this, again, to retain their customers. So anyway, it's really a soft sell presentation to the clients. I call them VIP clients because without them, we wouldn't be in business. With that being said, they just softly present it if they're interested in it. We, in our model, have recommended putting a closure, just like an F&I closer does on the front end of a dealership. And this program is designed for the back end of dealerships. It's not really designed for the front end. 99% of your dealers are in a self-reassurance program. So, and they got their loss ratios at 12, 15%. They don't want something else to come in and impact their reassurance programs. The beautiful part of this is they have zero risk. They're going to make their profit off of it. But they also, in our incentive program that I have put in place, the dealer principal, the general manager, the service advisor, BDC, RMG pays them in the incentive program to make sure we are presenting this to protect our customers.
Yeah, okay? Absolutely.
So they get it on the backside as well. But anyway, it's a soft sell. Within a total of 7 minutes from start to finish, the customer can be signed up with a warranty. 7 minutes. Wow. No money down. They'll know what their exact payments are. So again, kind of going back to the $3,500 policy, whether it's like a General Motors type of a program, the customer's only going to pay $58 a month. That's the payment. Right. So when you start looking at some of the competition out there, $150, $200, that's ridiculous. And our inspection process is real simple. If the car is in factory warranty, it does not require an inspection, nor does it require an oil change. 100% taken care of. If you're outside of the warranty, it's real simple. Just bring your car and do an oil change. We do the multi-point inspection. Now, obviously, we got to scan the car, see if there's any codes that's in there. And so it's got to be documented. Any pre-existing condition has to be repaired. if the customer expects for it to be, covered in the future, another 10, 12 years, so to speak.
Right.
So it's really that simple. It's not like Mercedes, the dealership's got to spend $2,000, $3,000 to certify a car,
right?
Put their warranty on it. That's not our requirement. So a customer may spend $100 just to get the car certified and get a warranty that's going to cover exclusionary policy, just like the factory's going to cover. So I mean, it's very exciting for us. But most dealers don't have, respectfully, a lot of them. There are a lot of great operators, but there's some that just don't have great process procedures to ensure that your customers have a great experience, and that's where me and my company come in.
Sounds tremendous.
In that, So one of the other things that I've also done very successfully, especially on the fixed operation side of things, is put a VIP sales program in place. And a lot of dealerships don't have a VIP sales. So we'll staff the service drives from 7 to 10 o'clock in the morning, which is what I've recommended a couple of our first stores, and they fell in love with it because they're also the people that's going to be introducing the warranty to the customers as well.
Right.
So, but I've always used the recall mechanism. I'm kind of getting a little off track, but I'll get back on track. When we go out there to offer the recalls, we know that's a customer had probably been in our dealership maybe one time, or we lost touch with them. We come back in and we'll give them some type of incentive to purchase a new car.
Wow.
And as everybody will tell you, good used cars right now, they cost a lot. You go to buy them at the auctions. Well, this is a way that you can refurbish and refurbish the vehicles, put them in your inventory, and sustain and make some more money off of them.
Yeah, that's tremendous. So you're actually, just to go back to something you said, and Richie, I think you would find this pretty powerful as well. You're saying you actually have staff come in to the dealerships and sell the product?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. So we come in, we train them. And again, like, for example, I'm just going to use Mercedes-Benz in Cutler Bay. Great organization. That will be one of our first clients as far as here in Miami is concerned. That's why I'm in Miami today. They have some tremendous staff there that we're going to groom, train, work with, and just I've reviewed all the processes that I would recommend. And Lewis, a great operator, he said, man, we really would love to have your assistance to do that. So with that being said, their success is our success.
Yeah.
So, just like when I go in and consult for a dealership, I'm not going to go and just write a piece of paper and say, see you later. I commit to come in and help them implement the program.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Richie, I mean, when I was selling warranties on vehicles, besides the fact that commercial always became a problem, credit became a problem because I was trying to bury it in some kind of a loan, to send in a VIP sales experience into the dealership and to have these people actually, I mean, I took multiple choice tests to be able to learn how to sell warranties. And then that was it. To actually have a staff come in and you to be able to see these people selling and getting a real understanding of the product, that's pretty incredible.
Now, I want to say something about that. So when you have a customer and you're trained, right? And I have a trade-in, you have a trade-in. The first thing I ask is, Mr. Jones, did you get an extended warranty on your vehicle? Oh, well, Richie, why are you asking? Because that way I can tell the service department, because now your vehicle is worth a little bit more, not much, but a little bit more, because that means you came to the dealership to service it. That's called stockbroker planting a seed.
Okay.
They don't do that no more.
Right.
The salespeople don't plant that seed. That's planting a mango. That's what that is. Okay. Now, when that customer says, well, I do have an extended warranty, great. You're going to always win no matter what. If they say no, you're going to be able to take in the trade. So I know that process is out the door. You know why I know that? Because looking at the VIN retention data, and 30%, 20%, 10% is going to the private seller network, only because the salesman's telling them this. You're better off selling the car on your own. So that process of selling warranties and finance, unless you have somebody training your sales department first, all these F&I warranty companies, you know who they train? The F&I guy. That's great. The F&I guy has the content and is really good at it, but you're not setting up from the get-go.
Right.
Okay, so when they come to finance, you're going to sell the people that are laid downs, but you're not going to sell at a high percentage.
Right.
So bang, there comes Roger with this process because he knows the problem that there is. So he's a solutionary, right? So now he comes up with that solution. Now understand, when you plant that seed, you're always going to win. When you're selling, you have to ask a customer that no matter what they answer you, you're always going to win. You never lose, right? So that's the product, guys. And Roger, I am excited for you, excited for ourselves because we are partners. And I'm looking forward to really blowing this up because we're the only ones that have this solution right now. I don't know about tomorrow, but as of right now, we're the only ones, and we're killing the bear, and we're going to kill the bear more.
Right.
And understand, we also have the regular fix ops, these little used car lots that will love this. There's service shops that would do this. Why? Because the new car franchise is one side of the business. That's another side of the business. And RV DA is another side of the business, right? So then we got tremendous product that's going to be a game changer. And if you don't come up with this, Mr. Dealer, you're not selling the warranties. Your salespeople don't know how to set up the stage for you to sell it through finance.
Right.
The average car is $1,458 in repairs, and the average owner keeps it 12 years.
Right. And people spend more money on their Starbucks than they would on this product.
Okay.
So
you're talking about a car you deliver, Mr. Mr. Dealer. You're looking at 15 grand, 16 grand. That does not include recalls and warranties. That's right. You're looking at 20 grand in your fixed ops.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Hello. Yeah. And that's a minimum. Yeah. The average vehicle, they're keeping 12 years. The repair bill is $1,458. Yeah. I'm going to share something here just to let you know why this dealers pay attention to this. Cox Automotive forecast for 2024 predicts that the used vehicle market will grow by less than 1%. They also expect certified pre-owned to hit 2.7 million, which is 3.5% increase from 2023. The CPO is blowing up. Cars are getting more expensive. CPO is blowing up. When they blow up like this, their prices are still high. When you put a warranty, you got a payment objection.
Right.
Okay. Now there's a solution. Forget about selling it there. We're going to sell it again. You sold it there, and they said no to you. They come into service on the rebound, and we're going to present it again.
Right.
Hello, grows. Protect your dealership and protect the customer. That's what I got to say. I have all the numbers. Me and Roger have been talking about the VIN retention, all these things that we have this data. This is a win-win-win. Nobody else has the type of data that we have with the VIN retention per dealership. Vehicles in operation, dealers, why are your vehicles in operations like that? What is the issue? Fix it. You're in service, fix it right the first time.
Right.
Why ain't we fixing this problem? What are you waiting for? To really be a problem?
Right.
For you to get a letter from the factory and say you're an underperforming dealership? Is that what you're waiting for? Because if that's what you're waiting for, call me and call my partner, Tom Hearn. He's a broker. He'll be more than happy to buy the dealership from you or sell it.
So
what's the reason that you're waiting? Tell me what the reason is you're waiting so I understand. Email me, reach out to this podcast and tell me why your vehicles of operations are so low. Experian knows about it. we all know how low your vehicles of operations are. That is the bread and butter. You got serious problem. Experience reporting this is the worst it's ever. I mean, your vehicles of operations really in a bad spot, and the OEM's vehicles in operations is actually higher. So people are buying their brands. People are just not buying it from the dealerships.
Right.
Why? Because the factory promotes national ads, and now the dealership is supposed to promote their local audience.
Right.
We're not doing that, dealers. We already know the data. We're just not doing that. We're just not doing that. We're not doing like we used to do, cable and newspaper and all this. And that was bringing in business. We're in the digital platforms, and you're going with people that give you a good story, and your competitors that have the right person, like Team Velocity, right, that have the right product, are killing you. So let's pay attention.
Yeah.
And one thing I'd like to add, Lee and Richie, one of the solutions we bring, even though we don't focus or really want to mess with what they have on the front end of the dealership, but a lot of dealers take cars on trade that are higher mileage, but they're really in good shape. They're mechanically sound, but most of the time they don't want to retail them because, again, they can't put a warranty to it, right? Well, in Florida, we can go back 12 model years, okay? And if a vehicle's got up to 175,000 miles on it or under, we can put our warranty on it.
Wow.
To where most of your I'm not going to mention their names, but it's our competitors, they can't do that. So we do offer a solution to the actual dealers on the front end, a very viable solution, obviously, that outside of Florida, we can go back 20 years outside of Florida, but it only goes up to 100,000 miles. So we have some very good solutions for the variable side if they choose to use us. And again, we push fixed operations. That was our area of focus and opportunity. And I'll add a little bit more context to it. So one of our dealers out of California, the beta test, we originally done the store for them, just to kind of give you an impact financially on their dealer group, on their dealership, on the fixed operations side of things. Their average repair order count is 3,000. That's customer paying warranty. It does not include internal. So those are potential opportunities. Well, on average, 50% of those clients that came in every day, the VIP customers, 1,500 of those repair orders, 50%, qualified for the warranty. Now, I know this is going to sound like a very conservative number. It is. I think the number should be higher, quite frankly, but it's a process in your people, right? It's not that we make the recommendations, but they were on average selling 150 policies a month. So it's 10% penetration, but they were adding another 99,000 in gross profit to the service department.
Holy cow. That
they weren't getting. So essentially our program is not only helping them make money, but it helps them drive them back to the dealership. So back to the phone app situation with Drive One. Again, we're not charging anybody for that. It's just part of our program. We'll dial into your DMS. It is a dealer-centric app. It's not like the manufacturer. It's totally different. A manufacturer app, let's say, Lee, you're driving down the road and all of a sudden your check engine light comes on. You're only 50 miles from your dealer, right? Well, it's going to drive you to the closest dealer to you. Well, I don't want that telling my customers where to go outside of my stores. Right. So our app does not do that. It's all about our customers staying in contact for our dealer, our partners, right? So when there is an open recall, it's another way we can communicate with them. We just send them an alert. Again, it doesn't cost the dealers anything. It does not cost the end user, the client, as another retention mechanism for them. So if the dealer's going to hold a cookout, different sales programs on used cars, new cars, even cars that they're considering sending to the auction, they can send out a blast. They control the dashboard. We train each department. They have their own administrator per department.
Wow.
New car sales, used car sales, F&I, service department, BDC. They can all send out. Of course, you don't want to bombard customers with things, but however, you want to keep them informed. So when you have our warranty, then you have an app that truly helps you connect with your customers. Dealer can send a thank you message anytime he chooses to. The general manager, again, that technology doesn't exist. So there's so much more to it. We promote the technicians, salesperson of the month, technician of the month. We let our clients know in that DMS, that database, who everybody selected. So then if you want to set an appointment up for your car, you can simply make an appointment. And you know that John Thompson, the master technician that worked on your car last time, it was him because it's stored on your app who your technician was. You have a picture of him. you can schedule that for them. So not only did I design that app to obviously be a retention tool, but also an employee retention. Employee retention is the biggest, one of the biggest challenges that the industry has. Well, we also got that solution as part of the app.
Right.
And see, that doesn't exist out there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely incredible tool. You could see the address at the bottom of the screen here, and or you could reach out to Richie or I if you're dealerships if you're interested. I can't imagine that you wouldn't be. Running just a little short on time right now. We're going to have to say goodbye, but Roger, it's great having you on the show.
Thank you so much, Lee.
Yeah, thank you.
Very grateful.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. It's definitely something I can't imagine all dealers not wanting to get in their hands. And that's Richie, same as always. Thanks for having me by your side.
Thank you. And stay tuned in 2 weeks for Andrew from this big auto group in Florida that we're going to be talking about this and about these warranties and all that big group, MASI, I believe. It's a pretty large group. And we got lucky enough that we're in there. And I want to talk to him and Roger, probably together on the podcast. I want to just share it with him. But this is a very, very big group for us. And Roger, it was a pleasure today. And it was a pleasure meeting you in person. Thanks for lunch. You didn't have to do that. You're such a good guy. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
You're great. You're a really good
I didn't get lunch.
Human being. Apart from guys, he's a good
We're
human
going to bring
being.
you to Miami, Lee. I trust you. And we'll have a good time. And I look
Treats
forward
me
to
to
coming on.
lunch and treats people that were with me to lunch, and we want to pay and they want to pay. And no, we're going to take care of it, Richie.
Right.
And what a great guy. Roger, thanks a lot. And it's a pleasure, buddy. Okay?
Thank you, Lee. Pleasure meeting you. So look forward to seeing y'all again soon.
Great meeting. Thanks a lot.
All right.